Welcome. This is your Option Monster Volatility Sonar Report. From the floor of the SIBO, this is Jamie Tyrrell of Group 1 Trading. Well, after 2 days of relatively small losses, down 5 points in the S&P 500, we're up 15 points this morning on a couple of pieces of good news. The big one was the jobless claims number. It came in better than expected, and that provided a big spark to the market an hour before the open. Another few little news bits out there, GE upgraded, and just a big rally day thus far. The interesting thing about the VIX and the VIX futures is with those last 2 days, we saw the VIX cash and VIX future pop up almost $1 each day on relatively small declines. Now today there's a big rally, and we're not really seeing the move back down in the VIX that you'd expect. VIX cash is down 20 cents, front month future is down 50 cents, and that's September, October, November. The long-term futures are still up just shy of 30. So a lot of people have seen the way this week's develop and are increasing the amount of volatility that they're pricing in, even though from a close-to-close perspective, it's been a pretty lightly volatile week. The big trade today was an August order. It was a 2-by-1. Now typically when somebody buys a 1-by-2, they'd buy the first out of the money strike, and then they'd do 2 of the second out of the money strike. This was a 2-by-1, so they bought 2 of the August 40 calls for 30 cents to sell 1 of the August 50 calls for 12.5 cents. They did that 24,000 by 12,000 times. Now 1-by-2, there's a lot of hedging in that. It's more of even bet. But with the 2-by-1, it's a very aggressive upside bet. Buying 2 of that 40, those 2 are going to go in the money long before the 50 will be in the money. So this is a move either for protection against VIX and the extreme upside above 40, or closing off a position. The numbers they did in it wound up being like 23 and then an odd number at the end by 11 and an odd number at the end. So you can tell that's the whole order. It wasn't a round number, 20,000, 40,000. It was a very specific order, a very specific price that traded. It traded 45 cents and then 47.5 cents. That's been the big order today. Big news today is the VIX not stepping down quite as much as you'd expect with a rally of this size. Jamie Tyrrell with Group 1, Option Monster.